Hey Charlie, when you hopefully find a partner, I think you need a strong woman that maybe matches your enthusiasm and your zest for life and your confidence.
I know, I'm back again to review episode 6. Yesterday I just needed a break. I just needed to adjust to life after Love Island. Anyway, what do I think? God, I wish we could pivot the storylines. I really wish we could pivot the storylines. I know it's already been recorded. I would have loved to see more storyline with Chris. I would have loved to see more storyline with Kalisha and even Gianna. I feel like they would have been way better than the storylines we're chasing at the moment. But anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Too Hot to Handle, Season 6, Episode 6. So the resort guests wake up, and obviously there's tension in the resort because Katherine wants to share a bed with Charlie, but at the moment she's sharing a bed with Louis. She hasn't told Louis about Charlie. Charlie hasn't told Lucy actually about Katherine. And it's like, seriously, why are we dragging this for so long? Why? What happened to the time where people just decided to share a bed with somebody different and they just walked in, shared a bed with that person, and that was it, and kept it moving? Make it make sense. Why are we having all this hoopla about, oh, I want to share a bed with that person. How do I go about it? How do I discuss it? How do I let them know? Anyway, you have Katherine have a conversation with Valentina and Flavia and sort of saying that she feels she needs to make a move, or Charlie's asking her to share a bed with him and she feels she needs to speak to Louis, and it's like, seriously, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Just Charlie's is a grown man. He can go and tell Lucy, you're a grown woman. You can go and tell Louis and keep it moving. Anyway, they have the conversations with their partners, and Katherine comes out and tells Louis that, oh, I've decided to share a bed with Charlie and see how that goes. Personally, I feel production is responsible for this bed swap and this sort of relationship swap. I think they've realized that Katherine and Louis will continue to break the rules as long as they're a couple. And so they've decided to separate them and hope that if they do that, then the sexual tension will be eased and there won't be any of this rule break, because there's no other justifiable reason. You can't tell me someone would choose Charlie over Louis. It doesn't make sense. In what world? It does not make sense. Charlie pulls, Lucy for a chat because Lucy's busy telling the girls that she's happy that, Charlie's been patient with her, and the night before he didn't try and cuddle her or try and break the rule. And it's like, I would be asking why. What's changed? Why has he suddenly stopped pushing for something that he's been pushing for all along? What is it that has made him realize that, he's content with us just being bedmates and that's all it is? Anyway, when he pulls her for a chat, I don't know what she was expecting. She was so giddy, only for him to tell her that, he's decided to take a step back. But then I don't get why he wasn't honest as to why he's taking a step back, because Katherine told Louis, I'm taking a step back because I want to explore things with Charlie. And yet Charlie didn't have the cojones to sort of tell, Lucy that I've decided to take a step back because I want to try things with Katherine. Charlie wants to break the rules. So Charlie is going to go for where he thinks is likely to get the energy that will allow him to break the rules. I don't think he's that into Katherine. I think he's that into Katherine so he can break the rules, and that's it. You then have the girls sort of walking on the boys because Louis is busy telling the guys that, just imagine Katherine broke up with me because she says she wants to explore things with Charlie. And they're all taken aback because it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense outside of the fact that the producers want Katherine to stop breaking the rules, and they've decided to pair her up with somebody else because they know as long as she's with Charlie, the next thing is they're actually going to have sexual intercourse. So the girls walk in, and Lucy is on cloud nine. She's indifferent. She doesn't know what's going on. And as soon as the guys tell her, she starts breaking down and crying. And it's like, when Charlie told you he was taking a step back, you pretended to cry. Now you're actually crying because there's a reason why he's breaking up with you. Make it make sense. Do you like this guy, or do you like the fact that you get airtime as long as you're in an it couple? Make it make sense. I don't think she likes him romantically. I think she likes the idea of him because she knows that the more she's with him, the more airtime she's getting, because that's the beast. That's the nature of Netflix shows, especially their dating shows. If you're in a couple, whether it's toxic or good, you'll get more airtime. Well, if you're not in a couple, then you're just the background friend. And so for people to try and console her and whatever, It is what it is. Brie is still upset with Damari because she hasn't forgiven him. That's another boring storyline. Seriously, it's either they get rid of a couple of guests and bring in fresh blood, and hopefully the fresh cast that they bring in will bring some or some sort of life to the show. Because at the moment the show ain't it. It really ain't. Okay, take us back to season 4 because this season ain't it. Even last season was better because you have this workshop. I don't even understand the purpose of that workshop. That was creepy. Because they have these boxes with pictures of the boys when they were younger and now, and then they get them into these boxes that are covered in red velvet, and they have their mothers talking to them because they say that, while you were in your mom's womb, your mom spoke to you, so, this is important. And it's like, seriously. You don't need all this. These people know the reason why they are the way they are. You don't need their mothers to be recording and telling them that you need to respect women, you need to be caring, you need to be attentive, you need to... That's not important, and I don't even know why we're wasting time with this. I wish we could explore other connections. If these are not working, you still have Christian, you still have Chris. They haven't had really any storylines. Give them storylines instead of making them background actors. Give Valentina... Kalisha and Gianna storylines. Well, Gianna is now sort of trying to be linked with Louis, so that's something else. The boys then leave. They're saying, oh, they're renewed, they're born again, they're, rejuvenated after spending time in this box. And it's like, oh, God. If you say so. Apparently they're given watches. The smartwatches they're given. So when you get a green light, you can get a kiss. If you don't get a green light, you can't kiss. And it's like, oh my God, make it make sense. You still have Lucy. Lucy's still sulking about the Charlie thing. And then Charlie, instead of going to speak to Lucy, decides to go and speak to, Katherine. Charlie just wants to have sex with Katherine. That's the impression that I get. He wants to break the rules, and he knows even if he makes up with Lucy, she's not going to give him what he wants. So he's going to do anything and everything within his power to get what he wants, which is a rule break. And so he tried to be all soppy and gushy, and it didn't work. The light didn't go green, so he was upset about that. You have Flavia and Joao trying the same thing. It didn't give them a green light. And then finally you have Damari sit down with Brie and sort of tell Brie about, growing up, my older brother was my role model. Now he's got a family and children. And so, that's what I'm aiming for. And then suddenly they get a green light and it's like, serious, let's be real. Let's be real. Are you telling me that this guy sees this girl as wife material? Seriously. Make it make sense. Don't just give us silly storylines just because you want to sort of pacify the viewers, or you're just looking for something to fill the time, because that connection doesn't make sense at all, in my opinion. I think Brie would have been better with someone like Chris. Because Chris, as I've said, he's authentic. It's not awkward, it's not forced. Yes, the conversation seemed a bit less tense, but still something about Damari is off. Something about him is off. They get a green light and they kiss, and it's still like there's no sexual tension there. There's nothing. There's no real chemistry that would make you think, oh, these people really like one another. I don't know whether they're doing it because they think Damari looks way better than Chris. I still don't get the justification behind that. You have the girls, in the bedroom, and Lucy is upset because she sees, Charlie holding hands with Katherine, and it's like, please, let's not make her the victim. She's now being Sophie 2.0, and I wouldn't be surprised if she leaves because she says it's broken her heart. And it's like, make it make sense. I don't get it, and I don't understand it, and I don't know why it's such a big deal. Am I surprised that Katherine and Charlie broke the rules? No, because that is what Charlie wanted, and I wouldn't be surprised if he actually has sex with her, because she seemed to, open to it, and he is looking for someone to break the rules with. So I'm not surprised they broke the rules by kissing. I don't know whether it's going to be more than the kiss or what's going to happen there. I don't get it. Surprisingly, Louis, though, had a bit of growth, because he left the workshop saying that, he needed to take things slow with Gianna and just not jump to sex. But it's like, we all know Louis. We all know what he's going to do. Louis is going to do Louis. As long as she's open to it, he's going to, have his way. And so for her to say she's always been attracted to him, I wish they'd given him Kalisha. I don't know why they're not giving him Kalisha, because Kalisha is more... There's more chemistry with Louis, with her. I don't know whether it's because they are worried that as soon as they match them up, they're going to have sex, because Kalisha was open to anything with Louis. So I don't know whether that's the reason or not, but it doesn't make sense. I still feel like there should be more stories told. We don't need just 3 stories. There are other people in the resort. Why can't we see anything to do with them? Why focus on these 3 boring storylines? If they're not working, pivot to something else. Oh my God, I get furious with this. Anyway, I digress. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 5. Bye guys.